Hey everyone, Colin once again, aka Dresden Godzilla fan, and happy to the year 2014. Hopefully, everyone will have a good future year. Um, for the first film I will do for the year 2014. Um, there was one thing I wanted to do was there were when I did my worst I did my top 18 worst films of the year 2013. There was a and that's my number one film that I really hated to death was Scary Movie 5. Well, I was busy with making my list, and there were two films that I had completely forgotten, and I can't blame myself because I hated these. There were two other films that I hated so much this year. I guess I completely forgot about until the end of this end of the year 2013. And I forgot to put on my list though, so I'll just mark this as a um, forgotten hated films 2013. There was only these two that I really hated that made me piss me off, So yeah, so there were only two that I forgot that I hated all that I really also hated this year, and and these two were made where they were on sci-fi on the sci-fi channel, and that is the first one is when I first heard about this film. It came out was supposed to come out in 2013, like I think like way back in 2012. I thought this was the most stupidest idea that I've ever heard of, and that is and a lot of people liked it, and a lot of people love this film. A lot of people love this film, which I have no freaking idea why. And that is Sharknado. Yes, Shark freaking Nado. Oh my god. Yeah, like I said, I put Scary Movie 5 as the worst film I've seen in 2013. And then but this is bad, but I saw that when I bought the well, no, my bro when my brother bought the DVD. Well, honestly, that was honestly I gave that to him. I gave that for him as a gift, because he liked the movie. So, but I borrowed the DVD, and that's why I saw Scary Movie 5 the first time, and I hated it to death. So, but I saw this over the summer, Sharknado, and I was not looking forward to when I first heard about it. As I said, I thought it was the most ridiculous, stupidest idea that I've ever heard of. Like the tagline says on the poster of it. Enough said. Yeah, enough said. Because the freaking title is the most ridiculous name. Yeah, Sharknado, sharks and tornado. Yeah. But when I saw that, well, it was the TV spots on Sci-Fi. I just figured why not? Let me just get this over with. But and I saw it, and I just made me go. Ugh. I saw when the first hour in, I turned the freaking channel off. I turned my freaking TV off because I was that pissed though. I was that pissed so much. I turned the freaking TV off. But yeah, because an hour in, there was no Sharknado whatsoever. Because most of the time where there was a shark swimming in the flooded streets. That was it. Until more than an hour in, you never saw you never saw what was on the poster, Sharknado. Yeah, and it also stars Tyra Reid from the piece of shit film Alone in the Dark. She sucked in that movie, and she sucked in this movie. Uh, but there was another actor as I was like, okay, this is and it's John that was in this and it's John Hurd. John Hurd, who was in Chud and Kevin's father in Home Alone 1 and 2. And it's like, okay. Um and it's just this is why I don't watch this is why I don't watch I don't watch Sci-Fi channel I don't watch the Sci-Fi channel anymore because it's dumb movies like this. You know, it just blows my freaking mind how stuff on Sci-Fi Channel is. Because I've seen dozens of films, whether science fiction or horror, with the special effects they do is over 100 times better than stuff on Sci-Fi Channel. Because the effects on Sci-Fi Channel, I would say, they use the most cheapest and the most fakest. I don't think that's even a word, fakest. Or the effects look so fake and not real whatsoever that kind of special effects I've ever seen in my entire life. Um, this is I just yeah, so yeah, I just had to bring this up because I guess the Scary Movie 5 I said was the worst film I've seen this year. I would also put this film also on top of the worst films I've seen this year, though. But well, I already did my review of it. So, but I'm still saying by Scary Movie 5 because that pissed me off more. The reason the Scary Movie 5 pisses me off more than Sharknado in the second film, for which I'll get to. Is that I'm sick and tired of all the stupid humor, which I don't know why people find funny nowadays. Stupid humor and the stuff they do just gets because that made me literally made me get a freaking headache, and a big headache at most, and made me sick to my stomach just seeing how painfully unfunny that movie was. But I'm not mentioning Scary Movie. I'm talking about this film. Now, other things, let's say the effects in this film, Sharknado, are beyond fake. I don't know how many times. Hell, you know what? You know what a film like? You make films like this. This is what sci-fi should do. They should make films like this. Volcano, which is a fun, entertaining film. See, you get films. If this is how Sci-Fi Channel should do it. You get a better cast, and yes, even though it's a ridiculous location, yes, a volcano in L.A., but the director made it into a fun action film, making this idea into a fun action disaster film. It has such a great cast, and you actually and also that's how Sci-Fi Hollywood should do it on Sci-Fi Channel. You get better casting, and you give it a better special effects, and give it a budget. If sci-fi would make films like that, they would be better. But no, they used to go to those ridiculous most ridiculous idea, and get the cheapest special effects. And hold on a second. I also what I did I mentioned this rant on and part of my Jaws for the Revenge rant, well, review/rant, and how I mentioned that how Jaws for the Revenge, even though it was considered one of the worst films ever made, I still mentioned that it's still like 10 times better than Sharknado or the other dumb one, which I'll get to. But I also mentioned this though in the other video. I also mentioned that, and I also mentioned this in this video. I showed this. Yes, I got a T-shirt of this film because the reason was my mom. I mentioned this in my Jaws 4 review. If you want to see it, check back on the review, and I mentioned this. Yes, because I have this shirt, but I said I will never wear it because I realized the only reason I have it is because my mom she knows I like sharks, and she knows I like Jaws, and she got this for me because it looks kind of like Jaws, and I like sharks. So I was like, okay, I'll accept it because she knows I like sharks. But thing is, I didn't tell her because I would tell her this is the most ridiculous film I've ever seen as of 2013. And it's beyond shitty. That's why I'll never wear it. I will never wear this because how this film pissed me off more than anything, except for Scary Movie 5, So I just want to say that that's why I have it, but I will never wear it because it was a gift from my mom. She bought that for me, and she was kind enough to get me that because she knows I like sharks. Yeah. So yeah, but I will never wear that. And even wouldn't surprise me when I was walking while I was walking in the mall, because there's where they sell calendars. They even made a calendar of the movie Sharknado, and I was like, oh my god, wow, this film. I know everybody loves this film. Yes, and it did get the praise, and we're able to make it into a T-shirt and even made it into a calendar, for crying out loud, a calendar. And and back then it was like, let's say how Jaws for the Revenge is considered one of the worst films ever made, and to me, I think it's like 10 times better because I think the effect of the shark was better than the special effects on the sharks in this movie. And you know what other film that gets a lot of shit that I think the special effects are also 10 times better than Sharknado? That film. That film. Howard the Duck. Yes. I like Howard the Duck a lot, and that film has gotten shit over the years. And from my perspective, you have better effects that are much better than the stupid stuff they have on Sci-Fi Channel. Yes, I know people complain about the freaking duck suit. Yes, I know. I know. I know. Okay. But I would rather go with a practical duck suit than the stuff, the crappy CGI, the horrible, tremendous, buttering CGI on Sharknado. And yeah, and even with the Dark Overlord, good. I thought it was a good piece of stop motion animation, and a better casting, like Leah Thompson, Jeffrey Jones, and Tim Robbins. I just or even a better creature feature film. That film, Deep Rising. That's a way better creature feature sea monster film than fucking Sharknado. And I look up all the praise that it's gotten. It has a freaking 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think the last time from when I did my review of the Sharknado, I think it was like in the 70s. I think it was like 72% Rotten Tomatoes. If I remember, it got even higher. It got even higher on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a freaking 81%. And that completely blows my mind. Why is this film so goddamn good? I have no idea why. And I see that I see a picture of the fans holding like a styrofoam cardboard of surfboards promoting that they want a sequel, Sharknado 2, And really enough, they are going to do another sequel to Sharknado coming out in July 2014. Which is now this year. I'm just curious. What does this have on IMDb? I'm just curious. Because if you got the praise 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm sure it looks like it. Oh no! Which I think is really good. Even though it has an 81% Rotten Tomatoes, has a 3.3 on IMDb. Well, thank God somebody or other people think it's a tremendously bad film. A 3.3 on IMDb, and it deserves it. In fact, it even deserves even lower. I think it deserves 0. And even stupid stuff. Besides the horrible special effects, the CGI. Yeah, I thought maybe John Hurt was the only decent actor, but he dies in like 45 minutes into the movie. Oh, I spoiled it. I don't care. Maybe I thought he was the only decent actor, but it didn't matter because this film was still bullshit. And how the characters how they kill the sharks. They were like towards the end where the lead guy he has a chainsaw and when the sharks are flying, when they're not on the tornado they fly off and guys slice in and dice in sharks with a chainsaw. Yeah, it's that easy to cut a shark to pieces with a chainsaw. It's that easy, They just cut through them like the sharks are butter, cut through them through like butter. It's that easy to cut sharks into pieces. Or even another horrible show with a giant, tremendous, horrible CGI great white where the guy flies right into the great white's mouth with a chainsaw, and he still gets cuts it through, and he's still fine. Or even the stupidest line of dialogue in the entire film when the guy and the girl are on the helicopter flying towards the use bombs to blow up the use bombs to blow up the tornado. How can you? It's freaking wind with sharks in it. And the girl says, "We're gonna need a bigger chopper." When she said that, I wanted to just blow my brains out. I wanted to crawl underneath my bed, but I can't, because I can't fit. Even though I so want to shove myself under the bed, though, and die. This movie is, if it's true, you would see steam literally coming out of my ears, but you can't because my hair is covering it, so you can't see it anyway. Yeah, they're gonna come up with a sequel. If you're wondering, I'm typing up the next tremendous one, and it's another film that's on Sci-Fi. So since that film was popular enough, they made another a tremendous bad CGI shark film from the creators of Sharknado. And yet another, I thought another ridiculous idea. I thought it was worse than Sharknado. Ghost Shark. Ghost Shark. Now, honestly, how ridiculous is that? A ghost shark. A great white shark that gets killed by these three people on a boat, and it's by I guess like dead body like flows to this voodoo cave, and its spirit comes back. A vengeful spirit of dead great white comes back and starts eating people. You don't have any idea how much pain this is putting me through. Ghost Shark, and I thought it was even more. And looking this one up, it has a 3.5 on IMDb, so it's slightly higher than Sharknado. It shouldn't be. Both of them deserve 0. It deserves lower. This one should be lower. I don't know what it has on Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm just curious. I want to see for myself. What does this have on Rotten Tomatoes? I'm just really curious. But even I thought it was even more ridiculous when wait a second. Yeah, what I thought was even more ridiculous idea where this ghost shark can appear from anywhere where there's water. You know, like the deaths are beyond ridiculous and terrible. Like whenever there's water, like a woman that's taking a bath, you know, and the shark can appear in there and eat the woman, or from a swimming pool where a guy was going to jump off the diving bar, and the ghost shark comes up and jumps up from the pool water and kills him, or even for the plumbers fixing the kitchen sink pipes, you know, it can appear from there and kill the guy, or a kid from on a slip and slide, or even from a bucket of water where there's girls doing a car wash and it kills one of the girls and it eats her food into the bucket of water. This makes me so much anger. It makes me want to punch my computer screen right now. No, not that one behind me. This one. It makes me want to punch the computer screen. Well, I'll punch that one out as well. But these two films have made me angry and angry. And then I remember this one has a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, it deserves that, and it deserves that even lower, plus 0. If that one just got negative, why does Sharknado has an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes? I have no idea why. And it looks like from my reading, that film was also going to get a sequel called, from my reading, called Ghost Shark 2: Urban Jaws. I'm just tired of. I'm never gonna watch the sequels. I'm never gonna see the sequels. I've had enough. Otherwise, I'm just gonna make me and I'm screaming to the top of my lungs until my head blows up. Like I said, if people like these films, that's fine. That's their opinion. It's your right. I'm not gonna take that away from you. But all honestly, I'm just absolutely stupefied. Mostly, I'm just dumbfounded, stupefied. These things is also, these movies are also gonna be traumatized. I was traumatized for the rest of the year since these films came out in sci-fi. So yeah, these are also I would also consider the worst films besides Scary Movie 5. These were also the worst. The I would consider the worst films I've seen also this year in 2013. No, not this year. Last year in 2013. Yeah, besides Scary Movie 5, Sharknado and Ghost Shark. I would also consider these the worst films I've seen this of last year in 2013. It just blows my mind films how films like that or that they get so much crap from critics and from and people that they just hate them, but people like this stuff you see on people like the stuff you see on sci-fi, with mediocre, beyond mediocre. And also when I read that the budget there was actually a budget for Sharknado. It was like 250,000. I don't see how it costs $250,000. It was made from nothing. And even real life, they said despite it also said positive reviews from critics, and fans. Even went to it even got it's like according to Twitter, which I don't do Twitter. They said it went to theaters, but it didn't do well. There was made like 200,000, 200 some thousand. So that film was really enough to worthy enough to get to, even worthy enough, positive enough to get into theaters. Oh my god, I have no more I can say. So yeah, this I would name this which you will I will put it down as forgotten hated two forgotten hated films of 2013. I think that's how I'll put it, which I will you will see it down below the video. So I just can't believe how Hollywood is turned out these days. Yeah, I guess I would want to expect nowadays to spend some how Hollywood wants to make new. I want Hollywood to make new, fresh, inventive ideas, original ideas for films. But this is not what I expect. This is beyond stupid, ridiculous, stupid, shitty ideas. Here's one of them like oh oh yeah, hey, here's an idea. Why don't we just put sharks and we put them in a tornado? And we expect people to like the idea. Apparently it did. The fans really liked it, which is surprised the hell out of me. Which I will never understand for the rest of my life as long as I live. Or even Ghost Shark. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't we just have a gray white shark get killed and its ghost comes back to kill the people. Oh yeah, by the way, these two films were made from Asylum. By Asylum. Asylum was made for all the bullshit, crappy sci-fi shark films like Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus or Sharktopus, or Super Gate or Mega Crocodile or Dino Croc, or Two-Headed Shark Attack. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. So I'm stopping here now. So yeah, I have some more to say. So yeah. So anyway, here's for Sharknado and here's for Ghost Shark. You know, they can just kiss my ass. You know. So that's how I give the Sharknado. Yeah, if fans who really love the film, maybe they're gonna get pissed at me for it. I don't care. You know, I don't care. You wanna send leave me mean comments down below the video? Feel free. I don't give a crap. I'll just look at them. Yeah, you know. So yeah. So yeah, that's these are the two forgotten films that I hated in 2013. So screw Sharknado and screw Ghost Shark and screw the sequels, which I'll never see. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next review. Later.